back to the channel. I have been working on the Galaxie, but very slowly. In fact, I just resumed work on the car this last weekend, and I painted some parts that I'm going to show you. Let me get some of the parts here. I painted the engine in Ford dark blue. Also, I scratch built both supports for the steering wheel. I'm taking more parts here. Come on. Oops. Well, like I told you, I scratch built these two supports here for the power steering, and I added holes on the heads for the spark plugs I'm going to be using, spark plug wires. And I also scratch built here a water outlet for the heater. I drill the little hole here on the water pump for the inlet water to the heater core on the real car, of course. So I'm going to wire and plumb this Galaxie. Also, I'm going to use this radiator here as opposed to the radiator in the kit. That's not very detailed. This one I modified here the center to fit that little hand I scratch built to hold the radiator, just like on the real Galaxie. I also changed the radiator cap from the center to offset to the driver's side, like on the real Galaxie. And the donor for this radiator here was an old die-cast Mustang. I think it was a 68 Bullet Mustang that I got very cheap because it had the right parts to detail the 66 Galaxie. So this radiator will be a lot more accurate to the 7-liter than the actual radiator that comes with the kit. Here you can see the pulleys, and the pulleys are a hybrid between AMT and Revell parts. Here is the scratch built fun belts for the power steering pump. That's here, and already painted the correct tone of metallic blue. Here on the back you can see these little pieces that are in fact in and out oil lines that I'll fit hoses to, and the alternator support here that will be glued to the water pump, and the water pump and crankshaft pulleys that still need to be painted. Going ahead, like I told you, the interior is going to be black, so I pre-painted most of the interior parts, and along with the interior I scratch built a correct 7-liter steering wheel using parts from the Mustang and a rim from an AMT kit. On the Mustang kit, on the Revell Mustang diecast, the spokes on the steering wheel are not chaliced like they are here. So I had to use a smaller ring to be able to cut the spokes out and re-glue them at an angle, because the 7-liter steering wheel has this chalice format. And now this one is an accurate 7-liter Galaxie steering wheel and still will be painted. Here, I hope you can see well, is the dash. I scratch built the parking brake pedal, the clutch, and the brake pedal that hang from behind the dash. Also, I carved this line here you're seeing, because this line is a separation piece line that the real car has, as this upper lip here over the instruments, this pad here is actually a separate piece, and it's not the same piece as the cover of the dash. So I had to do this little separation line to make it more accurate. I am trying to make this Galaxie more accurate, and to do so I also did some work to the exhaust system. I'm going to show you. This here is the exhaust system, one of the 2 exhaust pipes and muffler. On the AMT 66 Galaxie, this part is molded along with the rear end that I'm going to get here. Come here, baby, where are you? I'm looking for the rear end. Yeah, it's here. Found it. So, here's the rear end. The rear end sits here, right? And the axle is molded along with the exhaust. What I did was I cut the exhaust out of the axle, and I scratch built this little loom on the pipe, so the exhaust will be actually a separate piece from the rear axle, and will be a lot more accurate, I hope. Other things I have painted are the seats, still without any detail. The interior, that is semi-gloss black, like you can see. Also, that little brake pedal there will be covered by carpeting. I'm going to add carpeting to this model. So what you will see will be the brake, clutch, and parking brake pedals I scratch built here on the dash. And that automatic transmission brake pedal there won't be visible because it will be under carpeting. Yeah, the car and kit has the mechanical transmission, the stick shift, and it's on a 7-liter is the top loader 4-speed, but the interior tub has the automatic pedal, so this has to be fixed. and I'm going to. And last, here we have the floor pans and chassis that I started detailing. The 66 Ford Galaxie, along with the 65 and the other subsequent Galaxies, has a perimeter frame, and it's already painted here. It's still missing the paint on the fuel tank, even though I already painted the straps, and it is still missing all the detail that I'm going to do here on the engine compartment. You will notice, if you have this kit, you'll notice I sanded smooth all that hoses that were molded in place here, and I did that because I'm going to add real hoses. On this side I'm going to add the heater hoses that were the hoses molded here, and on this side I'm going to add the power steering hoses that were the hoses molded here, so I don't need them molded on the inner fenders, to represent a detail that I'm going to scratch build myself. And of course I also am going to add this little guy that I scratch built with a Reveal power cylinder, master cylinder, and with an old AMT brake booster, so it's another hybrid part. Let's put it here, see if it will focus. Focus, camera. Can do it. Yep. I already did a little hole on the base of the brake cylinder to insert the brake line, and a little steel wire here that I'm going to use to keep in place the vacuum hose that's going to the back of the intake manifold. And as I told you guys on videos before this one, this is the correct 7-liter air cleaner. The AMT kit doesn't have this correct 7-liter air cleaner. So if you want to have the correct one on your 7-liter build, you're going to or scratch build one, or do what I did, that I never ever throw parts away. And this air cleaner actually comes with the AMT 1932 Ford Victoria. It's a part of the hot rod engine that is a small block Ford that just by chance has the correct Ford all open around air cleaner that is the correct part for a 7-liter Galaxie. So gentlemen, here is where I am with the parts, and I really hope to be able to do more details soon on this model. And as soon as I have the body foiled and detailed, I'll try to make another video before I start assembling things. Thanks for watching, guys, and